tribal grouping giving way to political grouping now. Tribal grouping sometimes can bring a lot of problems. Some of you already know that. Even if you do it here as a tribe, it's just because you are very few. You are very small. Maybe you have nothing to spoil. But when you go and do anything, it doesn't work so well. Good. But you people are very strong group here. Strong in the sense that you are the richest group, a very rich group. You have a lot of money here. and you can reach where we cannot reach. Thank you. So if we all can be thinking together, getting our let's go before. Because in the end, whether it's get bad is our country, whether it's good is our country.
And I appreciate a lot of things. We are here. Some of us are here. My CPDM colleagues are here too. You all might get to meet them. I will introduce them to you. I have on my right Mrs. Damaristu Mentang, who is the WCPDM subsection president for the Mid-Atlantic subsection. I had Mr. Ngalame, who was sitting right here, who is the CPDM subsection president for the Southeastern, that is Atlanta and North Carolina and South Carolina. He's gone. I have my elder brother sitting here, Damu Musa, who is a journalist in Cameroon still. And then I have my junior brother sitting here, Divine Chamokong. I have my junior brother sitting here, Divine Chamokong, who was also a journalist in Cameroon, and he is here in the United States of America, and very interesting because he always tries to push me somehow very hard to the wall, but we always get along somehow, somewhere. He is very interesting, and I would love that we socialize and meet each other. I have my brother sitting here who used to be my neighbor in Mr. Mubang Amos, who used to be my neighbor in Bamenda.
Yeah, but I used to meet you back home with outside project. Now, most of the meetings that our pops are not made, yeah, they used to know. Yeah, we used to meet together. So, my problem is that there are quite a number of communities here who are viable and want to invest home. They love home. So home Cameroon, but the problem is some have tried and failed. And the problem is taxes. The taxes are nailed to this guy when they go home. You open a business with about 20 million, and then they come and nail the taxes of 50 million. I mean, how do you go with that? Most of them just close up and come back here. And they say, forget it. How do we treat that? How do we work that out so that it could be encouraging for some to go home and invest in? Everybody here wants to go back home and invest, but how do you do with the kind of taxes that has no control?
Well, that is true. You are here. If you go very detailed, you will see that sometimes you are paying more taxes than you can bear. There are different ways of raising their taxes. We have different ways. Our own ways are still a bit crude. They are limited. Here they have too many developed ways of taxing people. But we have not yet developed our ways where we can, our means, where we can tax our people. So we have only very few and we are overtaxing. Even I want to tell you that sometimes we go to these developed countries like here to ask for a loan. They tell you people are not collecting enough taxes. They refuse to get a loan. We say, oh, You overtax. Oh no, they say you are not doing this, you are not doing this. We go and tax. It's so good, and the people we are taxing people who cannot even pay. Look at you pay a lot of taxes here, and you pay very easily. It means that there sometimes is deducted from here, deducted from here. You are not even going to pay directly. Yeah. With us at home, we don't have the means. They come and knock at your door and say, give that money. And you feel that we are overpaid. We are not overpaid. Take for instance our custom duty now, they look too direct. We go for them. They are the duties that we can easily copy from another country, very easily. We just send a custom officer here, he's here for 1 year, he goes back. We make him whether a director of custom, he introduces the method here, we are taxing wrong people. Our problem is just that we are taxing wrong people. Learn and come back with a better way of taxation. We are not collecting enough.
I probably will have a question for Parliament.
We are still very crude in our own tax system. We go sometimes to tax women who are farming in the farm and leaving people who should be. It's just because we are not yet we don't yet know how to tax the people. A man is tapping limbo in the bush that you can't tax him. We live at the man who is there. This question of corruption, I look at the whole thing. It's like families, you know. I come from a village. Not up to 10% of the people in that village are employed. So if you are one of the among the 10% employed, you have a bit of money, you have to feed about 90%. That is, you have to share your salary with 90% who are not employed. You are tempted to ask for a favor here and there. To add to that, to feed those people. Many mouths are waiting for you to feed. That is why they are calling corruption. We have been trying to, I've tried to, in order to guide people, is let us look at what is corruption. Because they have not been able to diagnose. If a person is sick, unless he diagnosed the type of illness, you cannot look for treatment. What is corruption? At home, we are getting more is from government because government is the main employer. Corruption is terribly there. Look at the denominations now. They are terribly corrupt. You have main churches at home, you have Catholic, you have Baptist, you have Presbyterian. Are they free from corruption? If they go now to check all of us sitting here, you will see that 3/4 have gone through.
I did not go through that. I refuse to drive in Cameroon.
So there are circumstances which are making people to be corrupt. They are terrible. Feeding of large families, sending children to school, the money is not enough, and so on. People are only taking, I've come here to know that drugs, I bought drugs and so for 5,000, I can get the very drugs.
Here, medication, pa?
$200.
Not drugs, medication.
No,
Why are people selling medicine?
I'm not talking to Americans here.
Why the president? It's not that tax again. Do you know that you are paying tax? Everything I see here is very clear. Clearer than at home. Is there not that tax again?
It is.
Yes, then try and learn and come and help us.
Yes.
How we can also tax people that will know that they are being taxed. You are paying a lot of taxes here, you don't know that you are paying. Come and tell us how we can do it. And tax people when they will know. We are taxing very wrong people. Tapas, why tapas? We go and tax them. People haven't seen them, so we go and tax them.
But let me ask you this. I know probably in the course of the evening I may have the chance to ask you one or two more questions.
Yes.
But the question that worries a lot of us Cameroonians here, as you must have realized, when my cell phone rang, was the Cameroon national anthem to tell you where my heart is, even if physically I'm here. But the question I have to ask you, Pa, is you are close to the head of state. Are there moments when you listen to him, you feel that he regrets that he allowed multi-party politics in Cameroon? Here's why I'm asking you the question. We cannot build Cameroon if we cannot build consensus. But what is embarrassing us Cameroonians here is politicians back home are behaving like pussy and rats. It's like one has to make sure you kill another one. Another one is calling this man a thief. Another one on the opposite calling this a terrorist. Why is it that we cannot find common grounds in our politics back home? Why is it so?
It would require a lot of thinking and good brain to have a common ground. Because for now we are still getting from the ground. I criticize you so that I can get the chance to employ it if I'm coming from Bali. What you say is just the opposite. It can be good, but I'm not going to Bali people who won't benefit. They're my people. I'm coming from Santa. I start thinking about that. Our own politics is still tribal politics. We are still, our politics is based on tribe. And our tribes are still underdeveloped. And you can see that there is no tribe which is about 60% employed. There's none. Even 20. They're still depending on other people, few people who have small money. And that's why you have this. Do you think that in about 50 years or 100 years to come, there will still be as many political parties? What would you be talking? Here in Cameroon, you can be talking that you know, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, know that not only in Cameroon, in Africa, there is no political party with a sound ideology. Because the problem, your problem, you said you are a Baliman. Your problem are the same problem I have in Cameroon. I have the problem of building schools. I have the problem of building roads. I have the problem of building hospitals. They are the same problem you have. Take for instance, Paul Biya, if we want to call it the leader, not the party, and John Frundi. What is their difference? Are there any difference? Other than I want to chop you. That's the only difference. Are there any difference? If Frundi wins now, and he does not give us the road, as we are saying, Baminda, we put him down. Our problem is road. Our problem is build school. Our problem is on everybody. But we have not yet developed. Look at, I want to drag it to America here. They have developed to an extent that they have one common problem, almost. You see, the Democrats and the Republicans, they are not different people. Look at the type of politics. They are the same people. I was here when George Bush was to be re-elected. People thought he had lost it. Do you know that they just did somewhere wrong and thrown it and the man was through. Now the Democrats say the Americans, you are Democrats. You want to look for the money. When you get the money, what do you do with it? You want power. Because there's none of you here looking for money and not thinking of power. Because I have enough money in this village. There's none. And the Democrats are looking for money. When they have the money, they hand over to the Republicans to spend the money. Are you saying that if you only gather money here, job opportunity, all this, and the war in Iraq comes to an end, they are molesting people, we would have. Are you saying that if you have money here and we lost vacancy, we would grant love it? Why did we win vacancy? Did we go to war? No. America just said if you make now to Nigeria, we'll get you down. There are two things the Americans are looking for: money and power. When they have the money, it helps them to extend power all over that developed countries like even if developed countries like. Look, I went to China, and we are talking because the idea of democracy in Africa. We have started. The head of the China government said, look, in America, their problem is population growth. Your population in America here is 280 million people. Around that. The population of China is 1,750,000,000. The man told us when we talked to him, he said, look, I am here suffering. My problem here is not democracy. My problem here is how do I feed this population? Where do I keep them? How do I house them? That was his problem. But your problem here is money. Our problem in Africa will not continue to be what it is. Look like Cameroon, if you have money like America, what are you doing with it? And you people are learning to come and improve the money we have. We'll be quarreling as politicians first. We are coming up with new ideas, and when we quarrel, you people should listen and get the correct ones. That's why there are more political parties. You are here doing what? You are here to come and tell us that we should not quarrel. So, Mr. Chamuko, that is our problem. The multi-party, the one democracy.
Is there hope for us to move towards that respect and civility in politics in Cameroon, which is what he's talking about?
Too early.
Is there hope that we'll ever get there? For instance, this is a simple example.
We are getting there jumping. Look at where we are now. These people started what they have now, in the 14th century. Look at, we are not up to 100 years yet. The America achieved our independence. We have done the history of America in 1775. Now, our own independence was in 1960. Yesterday, about 50 years ago.
You know, we can benefit from the
whether you said we can get there, we can get there.
Sure.
What is wrong? We can get there only, but we should be very careful that the little we achieve, we should not destroy. We should not destroy. Because you destroy, you have to look at it. You know that when they're talking about where independence first reach Africa, we think of Liberia, you think of Sierra Leone. You know how they have destroyed those places now. If we are not foolish, we destroy what we have in our country. And we thought that all of us go and look at Liberia. Go and look at Sierra Leone. After damaging the whole thing. You were saying something.
Well, I had something to say. I'm not a politician, but since '82 that we had a president, right? He took over since in 1982, if not mistaken. And since then, you cannot be sitting in one office for 20-something years, and the ideas are just roving on the table. You said you went into politics when you were 24, right? And you climbed to that ladder, and you came down, and you retired. Now you are feeling fine, you're living happily. So you are closer to the head of state. Why don't you advise him to even step down and let somebody take that post and see how the country is going to run? If it doesn't run for 4 years, they put somebody else. That's democracy. Not one person to stay in a particular table for 28 years. Nothing is going to change. Even if we bring all the money from America to Cameroon, it will still stand the same place. It will not go nowhere.
Democracy does not mean, even if you want to change a person, you don't use force.
No, it's not force. No, I say you just advise him. It's your collaborator. Yeah, he can step down because somebody gave him the post.
If we want
somebody gave him that post, why can he not step down?
No, step him down. Let me tell you. How do you put a politician down by
advising him?
No, voting.
But even if they vote, they always say they win election.
You ask the question, let him
I'm
answer.
a politician too.
Okay.
What brings a person down is the job of democracy. This power you have to put is the weapon of democracy. If you want any change, you change it with it. And also, I was saying that we are worried as what can likely happen. Now, here in America, they are not worried. They can step down, and you cannot do anything that can turn America into pieces. Nothing. Most of the countries in Africa are still worried as whether they are not going to. If there's a man with things that he will step down, he can be. Look at Bongo, President of Gabon. How many years?
42 years.
He died.
42 years.
He died on. What we are trying to do now is, if you can try to deliver the goods, we are not able to deliver the goods, and we are looking for a person who can deliver the goods better than you. And if we are looking and we don't ask you to step down, we ask you, we go with our boots and take you down. We don't go, I'm very close to him, I don't go and tell him, step down. If I say step down and he asks me, get to who?
Exactly.
He looks somebody that is competent.
That's why there are too many political parties, so that if you want to take over, you go and contest and allow the people. That is the democracy. It's not the democracy of stepping down, no. But let people step down.
Papa, I have something to add to what Madam just said, to say about what she said. Your question is very nice. The problem with Cameroonians is that we pretend to be together, but we are really not. Because if we are really together, and we can come up with one voice, then we can do things. We can do the impossible. The problem is, if I raise my little finger up, you sitting there will try to put mine down, because you want your finger to be seen, not mine. That is the problem we have in Cameroon, and that is why Biya will remain until he dies, because there's nobody right now who is going to challenge him. In 1995 that we thought that 92 that we thought that Frontly was going to win. What happened? Okay, he did not. And why? Because of egoism. These egoistic ideas and everything. People advised him wrongly. And then Paul Biya, he defeated him. And he will be president, I bet you, because we are not seeing anybody until death, the day he dies. Because right now, if I say, let's sit down and come up with an idea, he will say, you are CPDM, you are from the Northwest, you are SDF, you are this, and it will never work. Everything done in a good way should be done in an organized manner, and it should be done in a way that will be to the interest of everybody and not self-interest. What is killing us in Cameroon is self-interest, politics of the stomach. That is what we are dying of in Cameroon. So we still need to learn and progress and advance. If not, we'll continue to live the way we are living. However, we are very appreciative of the fact that we are living in peace in Cameroon. We might not live up to expectation, but we are living in an era of great peace in Africa. I am married to a Nigerian. I went to Nigeria, I went to Cotonou, and when I came back to Cameroon, I said, Cameroon, oh mon pays. I was very happy to come back to my country, and I said, thank you, Paul Biya. I will be your militant until I die, because I saw what? I saw death. I saw the way they are living. I saw all this dishonesty. I saw killing on the streets and on the roads, and I saw a lot of things that we don't have in Cameroon, and I appreciated my country for what we are. I lived in Cotonou, in the best hotel in Cotonou. There was no road leading to that hotel, and guess what? They gave us towels that were as black as this thing, and I could not even use them. That was a presidential hotel that we stayed in, and we went on a mission. So when you go to Cameroon and stay in your own country and see how the roads look like and see where you are and see what we have in Cameroon, you come back to your country and you say, mon pays, je t'aime, I love my country. So what we should do, table our differences, table our desires together, put them in one memo. Maybe we might agree or disagree to agree somehow, somewhere, and then present it to them. And then they will be able to take them forward. All what we are telling Papa now is a story, because we are talking to him with no paperwork. It's not written down. We are just discussing. And that's not something, he might go tomorrow and forget all what he said.
Now one of the, I don't want to add to President again. We who are very active politicians, I told you from the beginning that we have tribal politics in Africa and in Cameroon particularly. Take, for instance, the next strong party in Cameroon is SDF. If they want to say, let us put Fundi to be the president and change Paul Biya, very few people in the Southwest would vote for. Tribalism start. This start. Let us think together and work together. It's only within the party that we can derail a person. And I was, you see, I'm here as a politician. They asked Obama, you promised this, you promised that, you promised this. Why have you not done it? That is why you are going down. He said, I am there to implement the policy of the Democrats. And I'm here like a cowboy to see that everything what the Democrats. Paul Biya is there as a guy. What the CPDM want is not. It should be by CPDM and not by Paul Biya. People should not waste their time criticizing Paul Biya. They should spend their time criticizing the party which has put it up. to the party which has put him up. That is, it continues to put that in. They should go in for that party and say, all right, this party, this man is not delivering the goods you want. But people who are around him are seeing him delivering the goods very well. You know, they didn't go to my place. Some people from my place went home and they came back and said the ring road was impassable. That is true. This road was constructed in 1940, 48, 47, 48. At that time, the vehicle we saw passing through that place. Yeah. Then when I was going to Bali College, they had developed, where our people had developed to have 5 tons. So that was the heaviest. And the road was very good. The type of weight. If you go now, the road which are using, the vehicle which are using this road are 20 tons. And we used to live sometime, if you were in Blue, you were not in Blue on market day. If you were to go to Bamenda, you have to wait until next market day before you go. No vehicle will come in. If you were in Kumbo, you wait for Kumbo market day and get the transport. But if you go home now, they run every day using this very road. So what we should learn from that is the volume of traffic that these roads are using now. That yes, the volume of traffic that these roads are carrying, where the roads were not constructed to carry that type of volume. Imagine a road was constructed to carry 5 tons. It's carrying 20 tons now. And not only 20 tons, but so many of them at a time, more. So many times than they used to be. Because now vehicles fly to Nkambe every day, even in the night, in the day, and so on. These are some of the circumstances. So we now have to think how we should construct. People are going to school now to think how they can construct better roads. We should carry 45. In fact, in Bamenda now you have some vehicles are 45 tons trailers. With that carry, we have to think like that. We should not only think of what we were doing. These were things constructed, not knowing that we would one day be where we are. Let us know that we shall be more than that. So I still come back to that we should, instead of asking if the country is well run, and people are saying, oh, they don't know which system of government we are running. There are 2 types of government systems that are practiced all over the world. You have the democratic system and you have the presidential system. We are running the presidential system where when you are elected, you are picked and you have they elect you as an individual, you pick your minister who can listen to you. Whereas the democratic, the parliamentary system is, you are elected, your party is in majority, the government is selected among the elected people who can easily be rejected by the very people who elected them. But the presidential system, nobody can reject. You have only one man whom you can reject. And that is the president. You cannot reject a minister because he's not elected by you, he's not selected by you. The person you have elected has the right to select his people with whom he can work. And if he cannot complain, the people means they have enjoyed his confidence very easily. So Paul Biya is still the best we can afford. I'm saying and I'm pleading that all of you should go in there and try to say this is not our candidate. Because at every election, he must be put up as a candidate. He cannot force himself. He cannot. Whether he is using what pressure to become a candidate, nobody knows. You have to campaign for it now. Are you saying, Madam President, are you saying that you did not use the means to become the president? And therefore, everybody
it's just a comment. It's just a comment.
Very big man.
It's a comment.
Without necessarily asking a person to step down. Democracy is to make people step down.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of it. Democracy does not mean asking people to step down. Democracy is people to vote that you step down. To nobody. To hate nobody. You can be you can feel like to go. The democracy says no, go down.
They're voting you out.
Yes, they vote you out. Look, George Bush was voted out democratically. Push him out. The Americans voted. Say we don't want this man. What are we doing? If we do not want him, we go and vote him out now.
Yeah.
As easy as that, without using any force. Not using any force to say, leave and go now. No. You just go when they are counting the papers from the ballot box. You look at your own papers are not coming up. Somebody can't look at his cost. More than you, with a clap for him, and that is the president.
Easy.
Thank you, Pa. We came here today to show respect for you. Like I said from the beginning, many of us here don't believe in CPDM. Many of us here believe that Paul Biya is a disservice to that country, but yet again he's still the president of the country. But you are a political icon. And to answer Divine's question about civility and tolerance, that is the seed that some of us are trying to plant. Patience is CPDM. We don't agree with CPDM, but she's my sister. If there's anything, we still collaborate. She invites me to her functions and I invite her to my functions. I treat her with respect, she treats me with respect, even though she knows we don't agree politically. So that is the little seed that we are planting, and we knew you were here to show respect for the children that you brought here we are also benefiting from your products as they are serving our community, no matter in whatever capacity. We wanted to come and thank you for your services to our country, even if we have certain doubts as to the quality of that service. We still appreciate what you've done for our country. And we believe that there's something that you said that is very true. Paul Biya is there for this long because we are disorganized and we let him be there. So I agree that we have not taken advantage of doing our own work. Those of us who don't like what is going on, we are instead running away and instead blaming. So we need to organize ourselves. So I would say that it should be, we cannot be using excuses to saying this country took a very long time before they become more democratic. I remember Adamu is here. I'm glad. I was very happy when you came here into this discussion. I remember in Cameroon you could bribe 5 million francs to get a phone in your house, and you will not even get that phone when you bribe people. But now you go, everybody who does not have anything has a phone. Those are the, so we don't have to start from zero on everything. We don't have to use those excuses that other people fought or they killed or this thing before they got here. There are tools that we could use to get there. And I think many of our brothers and sisters here love that country so much.
Yes.
That even when we disagree politically, there is that part of Cameroon in our heart.
Yes.
That we want to be able to continue being a part of it. And that's why we know that we are talking to you now. You may politically argue with some of the things that we are saying and maybe use your political wisdom to suit our feelings, but I know that we've planted a seed in your mind as you go. Somehow, when you'll be talking in certain circle, you'll remember that you had this conversation, and I knew you've had many more because I know you've gone around the country and spoken to different other Cameroonians. We did not come here to give you a petition. We come here to appreciate you as one of our fathers and to thank you for your work and to say there is a lot more, if you can, that you can do for things to be better in our country. We should not keep making excuses until things get worse. You never know what might happen. So I thank Patience for receiving us, and really thank you for your time and for the wisdom you've shared with us.
For coming. All that I've said, I'm not saying it to defend anything. I've listened to what you people have said. I'm highly impressed. I too have learned quite a lot from your views. Your views, I cannot say that all that I've been saying are my own. We were discussing only. Some of the things I said, I tried to answer. Maybe I'm in 100% in favor of what you have said, but it's my duty to say that. Let us work together. Because when I'm one man, I say what I think. Nobody can suppress me. So let us work together. And you know that I'm speaking these 5, 3, 4 people are with me to speak. But if you are speaking alone, you know that everybody is against you. You will not speak. So I'm very happy with your views, and I'm very happy that you came and you have come. I came here because, as I told you, because I was sick. And now I feel better, I want to go home. I'm very happy that I've met so many of you. Many people come here, maybe and stay in hotels in Washington or New York. They don't meet the people. You are the people. They have never counted votes, election votes somewhere, and there is nobody in Cameroon who has 2 votes. Only one. Even mad people who can go and vote. So I'm saying it is where I stay now is I'm staying in the village, and the people who really know Cameroon are in the village. Most of you are saying here like this. That is your problem. You don't know how to put it. That's why I'm pleading that if you can, it may be if you put your views down in a group, you will hear me arguing in favor of this, your views, you will be surprised. But I'm here, I'm not arguing in favor of it. You know, and that is, I'm a politician. I'm a politician. And I will die a politician because I'm now looking. I'm 70 years now in politics.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Shay, thank you very much. I mean, this is not a speaking occasion, but this is our father. And you cannot be in front of an inquisition like this and I stay quiet. So I thought that I should seize the opportunity to greet all of you too. I mean, I've not met many of the people here except my dear friend Shay. This was a very civil meeting and I'm very happy about it. I'm really happy that you guys came. I mean, sincerely speaking, from the bottom of my heart. When I was coming, I was only thinking of meeting my country people. You know, coming people and then to the tropics of Fukon and Jamanjama and Kati, which is outside. I wondered. But when I met you and discovered what was going on and the conversation we were having with him, I thought this was really exceptional and that I felt I should just chip in and to thank you. I wanted to say one thing, especially those of us who are close to him, who have known him since we were born, I mean, who are his children. But he took it from me just at this last moment, what I wanted to say. Although he's my father, when it comes to me doing my work, as far as he's concerned, he can tell you I don't spare him. I have dribbled him, taking him up and down, like I do to many politicians in Cameroon as a journalist. He sat on my program for 90 minutes and not blinked. Answering very hard questions which he has never answered before, most direct questions. Because I thought I wanted him, let people know publicly what some of us know privately about him. Because sincerely speaking, although he's a politician, he's about the only person I have known, this is our politics back home, who within their circles does not speak with water in his mouth. Like he, that's what I'm saying, he took it from me. He said that he's talking politics here, but then when he's there, he's a very different person altogether, and I know that very well. So you have come to the right source, you have taken the right method, and be very sure that your voices, your ideas will be heard somewhere else. You can be sure of that. I say this, I am also an insider, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I know him like a book. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Next person to be interviewed.
I will have the opportunity to see you people sometime.
Yes.
I don't know.
I will have this.
America is so big. I don't know. Thank you very much.
I'll take this chair out.
No, Mr. Chamokong is still waiting for you, Papa.
Yes,
Mr.
Just go and come.